You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Duerr, working for you.
And this is Saturday, May the 25th, and you have indeed entered Overtime, our last episode of this local sports spotlight show for the 2023-2024 school year. So why not try to go out with a bang tonight? Our goal today, simply this, crowning champions. We've got weekend number 2 of state track and field highlights coming for you from both sides of the Mississippi very soon in the show. But we also have plenty of diamond business to attend, including the quest for sectional championships in both softball and baseball, where to the surprise of absolutely no one, Routt Catholic and Illini West were our last 2 teams standing, and on paper very strong bets to at least crack the Elite 8 and get to Monday, Super Sectional Day. Illini West trying to punch its ticket to Geneseo in the way Peoria Notre Dame at that beautiful complex up at Chillicothe. Ethan Carlisle starts with a bang today. Man, did he pitch well. Right here, a strikeout to open the game, but he did issue 2 first-inning walks, and the only good barrel he gave up all day comes here to Jackson Campbell, who's going to go to the deepest recesses of left field. That's an RBI double, made it 1-0 at that point. Could have been worse for the Chargers. Some great defense at the hot corner by both teams today, but Wesley Robertson on his game. Not only did he deliver 50 ribbies, a new school record, he's pretty darn good with a defensive glove there as well. Top of the third in this one, Jack Livingood, well named because he was living well today on the hill. Struck out the Chargers side here. It wasn't speed, it wasn't fast, it was just well moving and nibbling on the corners. He did it incredibly well. 6 strikeouts for him today. In fact, IW didn't get their first base runner until Wesley Robertson here in the top of the 4th with the single. That amounted to nothing. But while Livingood was living very well indeed, so too Ethan Carlisle, nasty after the early hiccup. 5 strikeouts, just 1 total hit the rest of the way in this one. And it comes here in the bottom of the 6th by Brighton Blackford. Already 1-0, as I mentioned, in favor of Peoria Notre Dame. Blackford going to get on with 1 out. Looked like IW had a chance to turn an inning-ending double play, but in fact, this error put 2 runners in scoring position, and that set up a bit of disaster right here as the fielder's choice is going to play a second insurance run. Unfortunately for Illini West, they would pick up another 2 out. Kind of a swinging bunt single here from Carlisle to at least set the table. But you know what? Livingood was having none of it. He pitched masterfully. 2 great pitchers. Feel bad for Ethan Carlisle because he deserved better. But Peoria Notre Dame is headed off to the Super Sectional at Geneseo today by virtue of a 2-0 win over a great Illini West squad that I think finished 28-5 on the season. Meanwhile, Jacksonville Routt today taking on a good Delavan squad over at the Mendon Unity Sectional. Brady Turner with 2 on. Hard ground ball to short. The Panthers get the double play to escape any damage at that point. It's still 0-0. Top of the 2nd, Mr. Turner dealing on the mound. Blonde ambition indeed in this one. A strikeout on the check swing there. Yeah, son, you went. A little bit later, it's Brady Turner bringing the heat, blowing 1 by for out number 2. And then, how about this? Getting the batter to swing through the pitch in this one. Yeah, Brady Turner had the good stuff working. Yet another of those awesome pitches in his arsenal. Bottom of the 2nd, 1 on for Eli Olson, and Eli is not going to be contained by the ballpark. You see Freddie signaling him around. That's a home run, 2-run shot, 2-0 at this point in favor of Routt. Delavan's Braden Aaron-Holz minimizes the damage with a strikeout. He's really good. Delavan had great pitching. We knew that coming in. Brady Turner, though, still dialed in opposition, and he's not going to give any quarter in this one. Strikeout looking right here. Brady does give up a single. Great thing about Brady today, though, was every time somebody did something, he had a response. And check this out right here. Braden Aaron-Holz, your pitcher, trying to help his own cause. Going to lay down a really good bunt down the 3rd base side. Everybody is safe. Bases loaded. But you know what? You're not going to get Brady Turner out of his zone today. Tried to make the play there. He's going to get a batter to chase strike number 3 in this one. And yeah, he is out of the jam. Not quite yet. Going to freeze up another hitter and get out of the jam with just nifty, nasty guile today. Good stuff from Brady Turner there. Bottom of the 3rd, let's start the offense back up. Nolan Turner about to go to work. One of the best leadoff hitters anywhere. Starts things off with a single to right. That sets up Brady Turner. Going to help his own cause. Going right back up the middle. That's a 2-run piece of hitting. It's 4-0 in favor of the Rockets at that point. You know that lead felt pretty good with Brady Turner on the hill. They're still not done yet. Isaac Long, your catcher, doing his thing right here. Swinging through the right side to make things happen happen again, and that loads the bases for Jace Lodeman, and he is going to draw the walk to make it 5-0. Red Bull doing his thing right there and giving his team wings at that point. Then Talon Thompson going to do some more damage. As good a low bottom of the lineup hitter as you're going to find. Talon right there hits into the double play at first at that point, unfortunately, and route is stymied at that point, but there's more offense to come in this one. Zach McClain trying to get Delavan back going. Rolling for his squad with a single right there, just beats it out at the other end. Brady Turner again having none of it. He's going to paint the corner for strike number 3 right here. Gets out of the inning, still up 5-0 at this point. Bottom of the 4th in this one. Bryson Mossman nearly leaving the yard. The lefty doubles off the fence in left center field. I say that like everybody in the route lineup isn't essentially a lefty at this point. Good stuff for him. That's going to set up Conrad Charpentier. You're going to hear the name now and again. The sac fly starts a good day for him. Makes it 6-0 route at that point. We're still not done. Brady Turner going to keep the rally going right here with an RBI single to the right side. Made it 7-0 route. You know what, though? Trying to get out of the inning in this one. Bryson Horning gets the Panthers out with a strikeout of his own on in relief at that point as Route's bats were just too much. Panthers still not on the scoreboard, trying to find something. Braden Aaronholz again, pretty good hitter as well as he is a pitcher right here to the left side. Brady Turner is then again there to shut the door and slam it shut with another strikeout. He was timely and resourceful today at every turn on the bump. A little bit later in this one, Jace Lodeman again going to single to left to put 2 on, going to set the bases loaded for Dalton Brown right here. He is going to get right here. The run scores on the fielder's choice as he puts that ball in play right there and makes it 8-0 route at that point. We're still not done. Nolan Turner going to set things up to load the bases with a walk right here as well. Good plate discipline for him. How about Conrad Charpentier? How about we just walk this thing off with a granny? Grand slam, Conrad Charpentier, Philly indeed. Call that Philadelphia freedom, if you would. The grand slam makes it 12-0, and that's time to double down. That is win number 31 on the season for the Route Rockets, a new program record, considering Route's history. And that 2008 state championship, that's pretty impressive. Also today, back-to-back sectional titles for the Rockets and company. And man, did they do it in style today. Hoisting that trophy and getting the job done. And that means it's off to the super sectional in Springfield, a trip they know well on Monday against an opponent they know all too well. Father McGivney, Zach Richardson's going to break that matchup all down for you tomorrow night, because the rematch should be plenty of fun. But for right now, let's just talk about what Route did today, how they got there, and what it means.
Everything in the world. This is what we worked so hard to get. We wanted to get back to Lincoln Land. That was the goal for this season. And now that we're back, we want more. We've been hungry all year. Not saying that the regular season didn't matter, but like we had our eyes set on this game to get us back to Lincoln Land. And we're back. It's great, but now we got something to prove. Like, especially as a senior, I don't get another shot at this, so we're trying to go all the way.
Going down to Memphis really helped get us ready for the season at the start of the year, and then couple big wins against like Rochester, a couple teams like that. I think we're just confident anyone we play, we can get a win.
I am so proud of our guys. We played a very tough schedule this year, and from week 1 to whatever week we're on right now, the boys have just they've ground out every practice, they grind out every at bat, and I'm tickled with them, man. I'm just so excited for them, proud of them.
We like to have fun out here. It's a game, so you can't take it too seriously, and we know we deserve to be here, so it's no stress here. So we just like to have fun and just come out here and play baseball.
Again, huge win for the Rockets, but they are celebrating tonight on all sides of Jacksonville because the Crimsons win a regional title at home today. Any win over Rochester in any sport, a good win for JHS. Good win for them. So route on to the super sectional. Jacksonville on to sectional play coming up next week. The news not good for us in softball on any front. Pleasant Hill trying to play its way into the super sectional, and a rematch with Carrollton had to take on powerhouse Illini Bluffs today. The Wolves trying to put together a little rally here. It's Callie Van Streen with a single to the left that moves Emma Henderson up to second, but Pleasant Hill had those runners stranded, unfortunately. Tell you what, Illini Bluffs has a very good pitcher. Nobody, though, better today than McKinley Lowe, who was brilliant in the circle. She gets a strikeout here. She retired the first 19 batters she faced. Yeah, she took a perfect game into the 7th inning. Here's another strikeout as well for her, and she was all fired up. Here's the problem. Bottom of the 7th, still scoreless, still a perfect game. A bunt that goes awry, a 3-base error, and then this. The first barrel of the game, the first hit, and it is disastrous as Pleasant Hill's wonderful season comes to an end on that walk-off winner. I don't think Illini Bluffs deserved to win this one today. Pleasant Hill had out-hit them 8-1, I believe, was the final tally, but unfortunately just didn't work out. Now, coming off the first postseason win since 2012, Quincy High School trying to double up for a regional title today in taking on Belleville East, the #1 seed in this one. Did not go at all well for the Blue Devils in this one day. Gave up an early run here by Ashlyn Swanson on the hit right there. And then there were just disastrous errors today for the Blue Devils. 9 of them total. That's not going to win you many games. I'm not sure Quincy High School was not as good as Belleville East today, but when you're kind of self-immolating, that ain't good. And you can see the problems right here as it's all of a sudden 5-0. The only hit of the day for the Blue Devils comes here. Ivy Winter with a triple to the wall, but that, my friends, unfortunately was about it for Quincy High School. They get defeated today by the final count of 10-0. Great season for the Blue Devils on balance if you look at what they did, what they accomplished, and all those great young hitters, but unfortunately the run comes to an end right there. I'm about to sneeze. I stifled it, though. Let's talk about one more little bit of fun today. Regular season softball action to pass along. Fort Madison gets the win today over Columbus. Lauren Helmick doing just about everything for her team today. She had 3 hits on the day, a couple of ribbies, a double, and 2 runs score. And we're just getting warmed up here on the big overtime show. We have got track and field aplenty again from both sides of the river. We will take you to Charleston. We will take you to Jefferson City when overtime continues.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Duerr, working for you.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. After running a blistering career-best 10.57 in the 100-meter prelims on Thursday, Illini West Ian Bensinger positioned himself going into the finals weekend as perhaps our region's best bet for a state title in Charleston. Here he is in the 100-meter, and he certainly acquitted himself well today in 2 different events, both here in the 100 and the 200-meter, which featured incredible 1A fields this year on both sides. Ian here runs a 10.79 in the 100-meter, good for 4th place on the podium. His 22.34, or 22.34, I should say, in the 200-meter, not shown here, good enough for 5th place. By the way, Winnebago's Supreme Muhammad, that's his name. That's an awesome name. Won both events today. For Ian, it wasn't the exact finish he craved going in, but man, what an exemplary exit to his high school career, coming off a debilitating sophomore year injury. He did himself pretty proud in the area and his school as well.
Feels good, man. I wanted to win, so I'm able to be here, feeling healthy, good competition, just came up short.
Compared to your numbers, did it kind of align where you usually sit in terms of your 100-meter dash?
Yeah, for sure. I think we ran, Thursday? Ran 10.57, so that was a little bit of win, but I don't know, a little bit slower. I think not much recovery time, but did the best I could, man.
Yeah, what does it mean to represent your school here and, be wearing that uniform and just have it across your chest?
Feels great. Just for my coaches, my family, everybody back home supporting me. Came up short, but I gave it my all. That's all I could ask for.
What are you going to remember most about this weekend and everything that's kind of transpired here?
Just being with my team. Last one, I'm done after this, so feels good to be around these guys that have been supporting me all year.
The medal binge did not end there, however. Really good career finish for Liberty thrower Tanner Gim, who popped a throw of 15.91 meters. That's 52 feet and 2.5 inches for the metrically challenged, like myself, to finish 4th in the Class 1 shot put. Up next, a promising career in Carbondale throwing for Southern Illinois. Great stuff, Tanner Gim. Meanwhile, no one better in Illinois on the boys' side for us this year than this guy, Jack Thompson of Central Southeastern. And if you remember his critical catch for the Panthers in the state championship game against Lena Winslow, you know Jack is not afraid of the big stage. Started out today in the long jump, his best 6.52 meters. That was good for 7th place on the podium, but he was just warming up on the day to what was to come in 2 other events. Yes, I said 2 other events, because Jack Thompson was a one-man medal-generating machine today for his squad. Decorated, as I mentioned, in the long jump. The triple jump, though, his best event, and it was a big splash moment for him today indeed. His best jump would go 13.66 meters, or 44 feet, 9 3/4 inches. That would give him 3rd place, the highest finish for any boy in West Central Illinois this year. As you watch, tell you what, Jack, again, very relaxed, very composed. This is a guy who hasn't jumped terribly long long in his career, and yet he's able to do this in the triple, which, by the way, might be one of the hardest disciplines in all of track and field. And I'm not done here. Jack was also part of the Panthers' fourth place 4x100-meter relay team, which makes him a 3-time All-Stater. Again, heady work for a young man so new to the game, but also so very good at it.
The feeling's great. This is my first year doing track, and it's a great atmosphere. The track's grown on me a lot. I used to do baseball, and I threw my arm out, so now I'm doing track, and it's a great atmosphere. I love it.
Did you expect all this success so soon?
Not really. I just went with the flow. I like to give credit to my mom and dad because part of it is genetics, but it's hard work to get, obviously, good.
And obviously you want to place first, but you satisfied where it's on. And now you landed today third in the
coming around and trying to take the 3200 on the big blue over in Charleston where the awards.
I'm satisfied, but I'm still hungry.
Let's talk about the rest of the medal haul from today. I mentioned Camp Point Central's 4x1 squad finishing 4th. The rest of that unit, aside from Jack Thompson, Curtis Rigg, Corbin Cookson, and Wyatt Skemmerhorn, congratulations to those gents on a phenomenal showing. Also, we talked about the triple jump. Our guy Nolan Gooding from West Hancock, he ends up as a All-Stater as well with an 8th place finish in the triple. So we had 2 great triple jumpers from West Central Illinois really showing out. They were basically in almost seemingly every meet together. So good for Nolan, good for Jack. Wonderful showing for the area there. Also need to make mention of Brody Bush finishing 15th for Rushville Industry in the pole vault. That's a phenomenal finish for him. And how about our guy Lane Hubbard from Pleasant Hill? He ran a new personal best today of 10:44 in the 2-mile. How about that? You deliver a PR at the state meet. Can't get much better than that for Lane, who finished 29th overall. Congratulations to all our competitors in Illinois. But we're not done yet. In Jefferson City, girls javelin was the big ticket main attraction for us today as the Hannibal Lady Pirates were trying to make things happen. You're looking here at Harper Carr, one of the great surprise risers of the entire spring. She finished 15th in the event today. Camille Crane, and this is really kind of unfortunate, she tweaked her knee in prelims, and I think she probably would have won the state title had not, but the future Ivy Leaguer and Princeton signee showed a lot of grit today and ended up with a best throw today of 40.85 meters. That is good for 4th place overall. So again, Camille not getting that state championship, but man, I tell you what, when you're going to Princeton and to be an Ivy Leaguer, she's got the whole world as her oyster. Great kid, phenomenal career at Hannibal High School. Speaking of Hannibal High School, not a lot of participants today on the second day of state track. We talked yesterday, obviously, about how cool it was to see a 4th place finish as well in the high jump yesterday. Obviously, so phenomenal job there as well. But we also had Houston Morrison showing out big today with a 9th place finish in the discus, a 12th place finish today for Cameron Davis as well. As I mentioned, Tegan Novel with what she did yesterday in the high jump. Harper Carr, as we mentioned as well. So a lot of great showings for Hannibal. Also, don't forget about Trey Hoskins and, being just a sophomore, playing baseball and throwing. By the way, the shot at the same time and finishing in the top 10 there. Lots of great stuff for Jeff Geschwinder's crew as they really showed out nicely in Jeff City and throughout the season. So the future there is very, very bright indeed. And we're going to have more overtime coming your way straight after this.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Duerr, working for you.
Pretty cool development yesterday at the Division III NCAA National Women's Golf Championships. Illinois Wesleyan with a 6th place finish, which breaks new water back again for a program that historically has been very good, but is getting good quickly. I mention this because the pride of Macomb herself, Emma Thorman, played a huge role in that finish. In fact, her 3rd place individual finish at the D3, again, national finals, is the highest in school history. So congratulations to Emma, the pride of Macomb. She fired a 293 total. Again, phenomenal stuff from one of Macomb's finest. We've talked about how good the Macomb golf culture has been of late. This is just one more example of the great kids that Macomb Golf, both boys and girls, is propagating out into the collegiate golf world. So phenomenal stuff. Congratulations, and a big tip of the cap right there to Miss Emma. By the way, one other note I want to mention, didn't get a chance to talk about this yesterday either. On the high school girls soccer front, Bree Lannard from Quincy High School was named the Western Big Six MVP of the season. So congratulations to Bree as well.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Duerr, working for you.
Well, as mentioned previously, this is our last overtime of the school year, but we are not quite yet in shutdown mode for the spring sports season. One team left to go. I will be in Springfield coming up on Monday afternoon for Route Catholic's rematch with Father McGivney. Again, your full and complete preview of that game coming up tomorrow with Zach Richardson right here at 10 o'clock. And then, my friends, we've still got stuff brewing for this week, even after the spring season. Obviously, Southeast Iowa baseball and softball, but we also have the big all-star track and field meet coming up on Friday night between Illinois and Missouri, which means we get a 100-meter showdown between state champion Caden Hamner from Clark County and the even faster by time clock, Ian Bensinger from Illini West. That should be worth the price of admission alone. Looking forward to that and so much more in the coming weeks.